Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today I'm so excited to share with you exactly how to become a freelance copywriter in 2021, even if you are a total beginner with no experience. This is based on the exact same process I used to get to 5K a month as a freelance writer just 4 months after losing my shitty full-time job back in 2015. I did this even though I felt like a totally clueless beginner and struggled with doubt and fear every single day. But I'm so glad I took the leap and did it anyway, because now I'm able to work from home. I've been able to travel full time and have all this freedom and all these amazing experiences, all thanks to the fact that I took that leap and started my business. Now, if you are new around here, well, hi, my name is Jordan and I run writingrevolt.com, where I share freelance writing and copywriting tips and lots of awesome tutorials just like this one. So before you go, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos. And if you are ready to learn how to become a freelance copywriter in 2021, well then just keep watching. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different for today. Instead of starting at step 1, we're actually going to start with step 0. This is kind of like the pre-step you need to take before you can take these step-by-step marketing advice. And that is to get your mindset right. You got to approach copywriting like a business owner. And it is so important for you to take big, bold action even if you are terrified, just like I was when I started out. You got to understand that this isn't just some hippie bullshit or it's not some unimportant thing. Your mindset literally impacts every single practical step you take when you market yourself. For example, if you are unconfident and you go to write a pitch, your unconfidence is going to come across in your pitch, and it is going to impact how the client getting that pitch is going to perceive you, and you're not going to get hired, all because it started with that poor mindset. And this is how this often plays out for beginner freelance copywriters. They'll get stuck because they'll think, oh, people are so much better than me, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm really scared, and those thoughts will create negative feelings, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, you name it. By the way, I would love to hear you guys' fears that you are struggling with the most right now that are stopping you from becoming a freelance copywriter. I know this is a huge thing and it can totally hold you back, but I don't want you to let it hold you back. So share in the comments below and let's see if I can give you a little pep talk so you get started in spite of your fears. But yeah, those bad feelings will create actions, or a lack of action in this case. If you think negatively, you're going to feel negatively, you're not going to take the action you need, and the result will be that you will never chase your dream of becoming a freelance copywriter. You could very well end up stuck at your full-time job and deal with that lifelong regret of never having chased your dreams. Look, I know this sounds a little cheesy, but it is important stuff, and this is based not only on my experience of growing a business, but my experience of years coaching freelance copywriters and seeing who succeeds and who doesn't, and I shit you not, it all comes down to the mindset stuff. Make sure you work on this. I'll leave some links and resources down in the description below for mindset if you want to check those out. Alright, you got your mindset right. Now it's time to move along to step number 1, which is to pick a freelance copywriting niche, and then, of course, you gotta make it your bitch. A freelance copywriting niche just means your area of copywriting specialization. Do you write technology blog posts? Do you write finance case studies? Whatever it is you do, you need to master that specific skill and make it clear throughout your marketing. That is what I mean when I say you gotta make your niche your bitch. You don't just choose a niche and then never ever talk about it. You need to be really branding yourself in that specific copywriting niche. Become the go-to person for that one type of thing. Master it over time and then market yourself accordingly. Now, if you're wondering how to choose a niche, here are the 3 copywriting niche requirements. You want to think about knowledge, interest, and profitability when you are choosing a copywriting niche. In other words, something you know about or something you can learn about, because Google is your best friend. And of course, something that is profitable, meaning you can make a really good living doing it. I actually have a huge guide that I put together with 101 freelance copywriting niches that are great options for if you want to make over 5K a month as a freelance copywriter. So I'll link that above my head right now and down below in the description box for you. Be sure to grab that and check it out if you do not have a niche yet, because it is going to be so helpful. Now, while you are grabbing that guide, I want to give you 3 tips for niching down as a copywriter. Number 1 is to really focus on learning your specific copywriting niche and don't spend all your time just looking up and learning general writing tips. So of course you want to get better at writing over time, but a mistake I see a lot of beginners make is just reading reading general writing tips, general writing books, etc., when what you really need to be doing is focusing on getting better at the one thing you are marketing yourself as. So in other words, if you are a case study copywriter, you want to learn case study writing techniques specifically. Get really good at your copywriting skills as it pertains to that one type of thing you specialize in. Tip number 2 for choosing your copywriting niche as a total beginner is to consider writing blog posts for your copywriting niche. If you're a beginner copywriter, maybe you don't have the confidence or even the skill set to write amazing landing pages that convert really well, or high pressure sales pages where your clients are going to be expecting a lot out of you. That is totally okay. Start with what you can do right now. Blog posts are an incredibly easy niche to break into. Blog post writing is also a great niche because it can create consistent revenue for you month to month. You can put your clients on consistent blogging packages, so you have a lot more income stability that way when compared with one-off projects like website copywriting or landing page copywriting. I do have a freelance blogging program if you are interested in learning exactly how to write blog posts that you can charge $200 to $400 a month for. It is called Fuck Yeah Freelance Blogging, which is basically like the best course name ever, at least I think so. And I'll link that down for you in the description box below. Now, tip number 3 for choosing your copywriting niche, and this is really important for 2021 moving forward specifically. You need to make sure that you are not choosing a niche that is struggling in this current economy, in the current state of the world. So for example, a lot of gyms are closing down right now. A lot of yoga studios are closing down. You probably don't want to target those types of companies that are struggling due to the pandemic and everything happening, because they're not going to have the budget to pay you well, and you want to be paid well for your work. So in 2021, it is more important than ever for you to really hone in on the correct freelance writing niche and target a clientele that actually is going to have the budget to pay you well. Now, using the fitness example of gyms and yoga studios, that doesn't mean you can't specialize in fitness content. It just means you've got to think about it differently. Maybe you can't work with gyms and yoga studios, but think about the types of companies that are thriving right now at this specific point in time. Probably at-home fitness solutions, because everyone is stuck at home and working out from home, right? That is how you need to be thinking in 2021. If you have any questions about the niches you are considering, I would love to hear about those, so comment down below, and make sure you grab that free copywriting niches guide before you leave this video. All right, now that you've got your niche, it is time to get rolling setting up your freelance copywriter website. Something I've got to make clear here is that this is not a resume, this is not a one-pager portfolio, this is not yourname.tumblr.com or anything unprofessional like that. This is a business website. And when you think about a business website that's professional, what do you think? Well, you think it has a custom domain and all the copy on that website is written like a business, not like an employee who is desperate for work. You cannot position yourself that way online. No one will take you seriously. Now, the 5 pages that you absolutely must have as a beginner freelance copywriter on your business website are the home page, the about page, the portfolio page, the services and rates page, and a contact page. These are the bare minimum essentials for you if you want to be able to make a living as a freelance copywriter in 2021. I actually have a complete tutorial on exactly how to set all this up and how to approach writing your copy on these pages, so I will link that down below in the description box as well as above my head right now. Definitely click over and check that out. Do not wait, do not put this off. This is really the first big step you can take to become a freelance copywriter. And I gotta tell you, please do not even think about marketing yourself without a custom domain. Seriously, because you gotta ask yourself, if you are not even willing to invest in a custom domain for your business, how the heck can you expect clients to invest hundreds or thousands of dollars in your copywriting services? Well, you really can't. They're gonna take one look at your mywebsite.tumblr.com or whatever you use and to think, that's unprofessional, this isn't someone I want to invest in because it's not even a real business. So make sure you get that custom domain, your business name or your name, whatever you want to do, .com. And if you don't have a niche optimized writer website with a custom domain right now, I want you to commit and get this done. You can do this in a day if you're really motivated, or even if it takes a couple days or a week, that's fine, but you've got to start taking action if this is truly something that you want. Again, I have a step-by-step copywriting portfolio website tutorial for you, and I also have a Bluehost link where you can get my special negotiated rate for my subscribers on hosting for your copywriting portfolio website, as well as a free domain. So it's a pretty sweet deal. This is the company that I have personally used for my hosting and domains. So if you want to grab that, it is down in the description box for you to check out. All right, after you have your niche optimized freelance copywriting portfolio website, it is time to move on to step 3, which is create 2 or 3 copywriting samples. And it is really important that these are niche relevant. For example, if you are a technology white paper writer, you're going to want 2 to 3 technology white papers in there. If you are a finance blog post copywriter, that is what you are going to want to showcase in your portfolio. This is so critical. It's especially important for beginner copywriters because as a beginner, you can't really build trust with clients with things like testimonials, fancy ass bylines, like other things like that. So what you can do is build trust by going all in on your freelance copywriting niche, making it your bitch, and really showcasing that throughout your marketing materials, especially your freelance writer website and your samples. To get these samples, you can self-publish on Medium or LinkedIn Publisher. You can write a few guest blog posts. I have a tutorial on how to pitch a guest post if you need help with that, so I will link that for you guys as well. But again, it's just really important that these are niche relevant samples. That is what is going to build trust with your target clients in your niche and ultimately allow you to sell your services even if you are a total beginner and even if you have 0 experience. All right, now that you've got all of your stuff ready, you've got your website, your samples, your niche, then and only then can you move on to step number 4, which is the most exciting step, and that is to become a cold emailing machine. Now, what is cold emailing? Well, as a freelance copywriter for you, that just means you are sending a tailored and personalized, high quality letter of introduction email that is ideally going to result in you selling your services. You are only sending these cold emails to your specific target clients in your writing niche. This is very important, and you can see how this whole marketing strategy fits together. You don't just pick a niche and then market yourself in that and then email whoever you want, right? Everything fits together and goes together, and that's why this is such a successful strategy that works even for beginners. Cold emailing for me allowed me to build my business so quickly after getting fired from my full-time job in 2015. I told myself, hey, I'm going to send 15 to 25 cold emails per day until I make this work, until I see the results I want. And that happened so fast. It built the foundation for me getting to 5K a month in just 4 months after I lost my job. And in fact, I sent 17 cold emails out the first day I tried it. 2 of those converted to high-paying clients. That is a pretty incredible result, but you've also got to keep in mind that I got rejected 15 times in one day, and I had to be okay with that. You are going to get rejected. It's not personal. You've got to develop that thick skin and be able to deal with it. So now let's talk about 3 tips for cold emailing as a beginner freelance copywriter. And while I'm talking about this, I would actually love to know in the comments, have you guys tried cold emailing before, and why or why not? Let me know, and let's talk cold emailing in the comment section. All right, tip number 1 for cold emailing as a beginner freelance copywriter is to send 15 to 25 cold emails per day if possible. Look, I know this can be kind of an ambitious goal, but the truth is if you use productivity methods like task batching and things like that, you can really do this super efficiently. I teach time management and all these things in my best-selling Killer Cold Emailing program, which I will link below if that is something you want to check out. But before we move on to the next point, I do also want to say if 15 to 25 is like super crazy for you and there's just absolutely no possible way you can make that happen, it's okay to start out a little bit slower. Just start and just be consistent. I have one student in my course who actually said she started out way slower than that, but one of the first cold emails she sent converted to a high-paying client. I have another student who got a high-paying client from her first ever cold email, and that was during the pandemic. So the point I'm trying to get across here is set that goal for yourself, but it's okay to reel it back a little bit if that is a little bit too much for you, like you've got 2 jobs and 3 kids and it's just too much. That's okay. Just be consistent and set a realistic but challenging cold emailing goal. Tip number 2 for cold emailing as a beginner freelance copywriter is to actually approach writing your cold emails like a copywriter. That doesn't mean go super sleazy used car salesman with it, but you also can approach it just like a terrified little employee begging for work, because clients can smell that shit from a mile away and they will not give you the time of day if you're just like, oh, maybe you might be interested in working with me, let me know. No, we're not going to do any of that shit in this cold emailing part, okay? You have got to come across as a confident business owner, which you will do if you get those things like that niche and your freelance writer website. You're going to feel a lot better and a lot more confident in your business because you're actually setting up a real business, not just throwing a resume out there, which you never want to do, and then hoping for the best. Tip number 3 is do not start cold emailing aggressively unless you have a copywriting niche you are confident in and a freelance copywriting portfolio website and 2 to 3 niche samples. A big mistake I see a lot of beginner freelance copywriters make is they will just start cold emailing, they'll grab some random template or come up with one on their own, but they don't have the things like the niche or the website. And the problem with that is these aren't just marketing steps where you can cherry pick whichever one you feel like doing, okay? This whole process works together to build trust with your clients throughout the process so that you can get hired and paid well even as a beginner copywriter. Because when someone gets a cold email from you, they're going to look at your site, they're going to look at your samples, they're going to see if your niche you're marketing yourself in aligns with their specific needs and industry. That is why if you're missing just one piece of this strategy, you're pretty much screwed. So please don't do that. Do these steps in order. If you want a way more detailed breakdown of exactly how to make 1K in your first 45 days as a freelance writer, I have a free masterclass, and this is an all-new updated version for 2021, by the way. So if you've taken this masterclass with me in the past, go ahead and re-sign up because it is all new and updated with all the information you need to know to make money copywriting from home as a beginner. Or if you're ready to really kick it into high gear, you can join my best-selling program, Killer Cold Emailing, where you get everything you need to know, all of these super detailed processes you need to know. You also get my copy and paste proven cold emailing scripts, access to a private students-only community where you can get feedback and ask for help, tech tutorials on how to set up your writer website, tons of lessons on how to pick a niche because I know that is one of the biggest questions for beginner copywriters, and I've got your back, and a whole lot more. So I will leave the link down below as well as linking it above my head right now for you guys, or you can just go to killercoldemailing.com right now to check that out and enroll. Alright my friend, you've made it to the end of the video, and you know what that means? It is time for Tito's comment of the day. Tito's comment of the day today says, just signed up for your class, subbed to your channel, and brought a notebook because wow, this is a lot of information I don't want to miss. This was so inspiring. I'm going to graduate next year and can't wait to be financially independent without having to take up a job in my major. Writing has always been a passion, but hopefully in the near future I can make it a stable career. That is awesome. I love to hear about that, and I wish you all the best with your writing career. I'm so happy that my videos can be here to help you out. If you enjoyed this video and you want to make me and Tito very happy, then go ahead and hit the like button because it genuinely does help my channel out a ton, and subscribe so you don't miss any more awesome writing videos. That is all for now, my friend, and I will see you in the next video.